Well, first of all, welcome back home, Gary. It always feels like you're home whenever you come up on that stage. How does it feel like to you? You've been everywhere, man.
Mm-hmm.
But how does it feel when you come back to Austin, especially when you get up on the stage in Austin, and especially when you're up on our stage?
Man, to get there's a lot of different emotions. I mean, I've told you before. I grew up watching this television show. I learned how to play guitar, sitting around and recording the tapes and going back and trying to figure it out. And you know, Saturdays I was there. I don't care what anybody's doing. I gotta watch ACL, and I grew up on it. So to go on this journey and have all these things happen and have all these great opportunities to be on stage with certain people and release records, to be able to come back home and get on this stage and let loose. You told me, I remember this years ago, I was walking on the street and you said, when are you going to do my show? And I was like, I got to get it together because I'm going to get on that stage. So it feels great. I feel like I guess I'm doing the right thing. If I'm here, this is where I want to be. So Sonny Boy Slim is basically me putting a couple of nicknames together that close family and friends have for me. My mom, when I was growing up, she would always go, "Hey, Sonny Boy." She would greet me or whatever, and so there's that. And then Greg Izor, harmonica player around, a couple other guys on the scene would always call me Slim because I was, I first came around 5'10", maybe 90 pounds. So I got that nickname, and I just decided to put them together because I came back home and recorded my album right down the street at Arlen, and it just felt more personal that way. All I knew was I wanted to come back to Austin, my home, and feel the same way that I did when I first started to play music, where there was no limit. There was no rules, there was no regulations. It was just about having the time and opportunity and the tools and instruments to be able to express my experiences and things that have gone on in my life. I just knew I had to be here to do it, and I knew that I really wanted to approach songwriting and recording the way that I did when I was growing up, which was, I'd come out to blues clubs or go see a show or whatever, and then I would go back and get on a drum machine or get behind the drums and try and put my parts together. And that was really organic for me, and it was inspiring to me. So that was the only thing that I had. It was like, I told everybody else, I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, I have no idea. I just need to go home and get in a room. And I did, and I shouted these guys out, Jacob and Joseph. Cheeks were very patient with me to just be able to be in my element. And walking up and down the streets that I grew up in, it was, got to reflect and really process everything that's gone on and feel comfortable. Recording the record the way that I did and playing all the instruments was the most fun that I've had playing music in a very long time. The guys in the studio, I got to give it up to them because they were very patient. Because I would get back there and they'd be, all right, we're going to have a take. And then I would just get excited about playing drums and do something else or switch the beat up. And they'd be like, dude, can you just play the song? But it was very comfortable for me. It felt right. I don't have time to be scared anymore or be reserved about what I want to do. And, the whole songwriting process was, everything was really real. I mean, becoming engaged, having a son, all these things. I was just everything was really real and intense, and the transition moment and the time for me to step up and grow as a human being and grow as a musician. And, the whole thing I kept saying in the studio was like, it's 2015, let's go, and so it was really about just being honest with myself and doing the best that I could, and translating the sounds that I had in my head and not filtering. So, well, I shouldn't put this, this soul tune with this, church song or whatever. It just happened. It was very organic. That's all I can keep saying about it. I don't know. I guess all the songs, regardless of the content, whether it's, hard times, a lot of the hooks come around to the light, and just having faith and hope that things are going to be okay. I mean, I hate to sound like a new dad, but I am, and that was really important to me is to try and do some sort of good or sing about things that are positive and, to inspire and not necessarily shed so much light on negative, but, we can get together and work something out. Like, let's do it. It's time, let's go and have a positive attitude about it. And, I wouldn't say I got religious, but I got really spiritual in the studio. I felt like, recording a song like The Healing, that came from me recording the other songs, songs like Our Love or Star. I felt like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders every time I recorded a song. I was like, this is done. I was like, man, I got that out. And, something like The Healing, it's like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, for whatever anybody's dark times are, I feel. And if not, then, I'm going to keep believing that because I'm not giving up, really.